We are giving you a dinner idea today that's like an individually sized casserole baked in nature's own bowl. It's a self-contained comfort food meal. Registered dietitian and nutritionist Liz Weiss is joining me through the screen to share the recipe for a healthy stuffed acorn squash. Hi Liz, how are you?
I'm good. Good to be here. How are
Good.
you?
I'm doing well. This sounds unique. We
Good.
think of butternut squash. Acorn squash is what we're working with today. Tell me about this recipe.
Okay, so this is a turkey bolognese stuffed acorn squash, and it's part of the MIND diet, which I know we're going to talk about today, which is a diet so important for brain health. But I'm using lean turkey, or actually today I'm using chicken, ground chicken, to create this yummy comfort food mixture that you stuff into that roasted acorn squash, and then it's all edible. You eat this like it's your little edible bowl. It's so good.
You do follow the MIND diet. Give us a quick 1-2 on that.
Yeah, so the MIND diet stands for Mediterranean Dash Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay. And it's this mashup of two diets, the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet, which is a diet really designed for hypertension. We could talk about that another time. But research shows that when people eat the MIND diet, it reduces their risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by over 50%. And it can also reduce your risk of dementia and cognitive decline. So it's so important for brain health.
You have a personal connection to following this method of eating.
Yeah. And so my dad recently died from Lewy body dementia, and my uncle had this condition as well. And he died from Lewy body dementia. And it's a horrible condition. I mean, it can impact movement and mood and memory. It can cause hallucinations and paranoia and anxiety. And it was like a really long, tough road for my dad. And so, of course, I think about him every day.
Yeah.
And I think about the health of my brain every day. And the
Sure.
good news is there's so much we can do nutrition wise to keep our brains healthy.
Let's go there. What are the top 10 MIND food groups that we should be aware of and reaching for more often?
Yeah, you bet. Okay, so we have the first most important food is the dark green leafy vegetables like kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, lettuce, spinach. You want to eat those every day, whether they're fresh, frozen, or even canned. Colorful vegetables are on the MIND diet, beautiful berries, nuts, whole grains. You want to, start the day with oats, right? We want to get those whole grains in the diet. Beans. We know from research that the longest lived people on the planet eat beans almost every day. So get beans at least 3 times a week. Poultry, seafood like salmon, olive oil, and then wine, if you drink it. So if you drink wine, no more than 1 glass a day for women, no more than 2 a day for men. And the portion is 5 ounces. So it's not a lot. So you want to kind of limit that, but that can play a role in brain health as well.
Well, this recipe then, stuffed acorn squash, easy to see how it supports that method of eating. Let's dive in. Where do we start with this?
Okay, so you want to start by slicing acorn squash in half. Scoop out the seeds in the middle, and then I like to use a pastry brush and just brush olive oil inside the acorn squash, season with salt and pepper, flip them over, right? So you want to roast them cut side down in a 425 oven for 30 to 40 minutes till they're caramelized and they're tender. Because remember, we're going to eat that bowl. And then we'll go ahead and we'll make our filling, which is so yummy and comforting.
What's in the filling, Liz?
Okay, so we've sauteed up onion and mushrooms. I then added the lean turkey or the ground chicken. Cook that up. I added some dried cranberries because it's that time of year, along with some fresh thyme, right? Again, Thanksgiving, we're thinking about that. And then pasta sauce. Cook it up. And then what I've got here is some sauteed, chopped up Swiss chard because I had some in the fridge.
Yeah.
I'm just going to blend that right in.
So you kind of can reach for what
the
you have, right? And adapt this filling, but I love that you are reaching for seasonal flavors. It sounds so yummy.
Yeah, you absolutely, if you've got some leftover bell pepper in the kitchen, chop it up, saute it, add that. It's a great kind of kitchen sink sort of recipe. And then once the filling's all cooked up, we'll go ahead and stuff it into, right here, our beautiful squash bowls. It could not be easier. And if you've got kiddos or grandkids in the kitchen, they can certainly help you with this as well.
And how do we bake and finish that off?
Well, here's the beauty. We've already baked the acorn squash. You could do it ahead of time, like a day or 2 ahead of time, and then just pop it in the microwave, warm it up so the bowls are nice and warm.
Okay.
And then we just cook this mixture in a skillet. So, it's all ready to go.
It's all done.
So
just warm it through and you have yourself a nice, beautiful, edible bowl full of all of fall's best flavors and the foods that, as Liz just explained, will help keep our body and our brain healthy as well. Liz, so grateful for your guidance and your nutritional expertise. Where can we find more recipes and ideas from you?
Well, you can head on over to my website, lizshealthytable.com. I'll go ahead and put this recipe on the homepage. I'm going to do that once we hang up so people can get the recipe that way.
Great. We will meet you there. And thanks for sharing your personal experience as well. We appreciate you.
Thanks.